Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Chevrolet of Princeton to take a look at this brand new 2023 Chevrolet Malibu. This is the RS trim in Summit White. So we're going to check this out, see what it brings to the market in this midsize sedan segment. So let's dig in. All right, the front end of this Summit White Malibu RS. We have the blacked out Chevy bow tie in the middle, some chrome around that front grille area. Unfortunately, we only have LED daytime running lamps. We have standard bulbs for turn signals and for headlights. Would have liked to seen at least some LED headlights, I think, on this RS. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, wheel and tire package on this Malibu RS. We have an 18-inch wheel, gloss black with silver accents, standard brake and rotor package. These wheels are wrapped in Continental Pro Contact all-season tires, 245 on the width, the 45 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, front-wheel drive. Full side profile on this Malibu RS, the Summit White looking good, the blacked-out Malibu badge on the front door looking good. The RS package gives you some cosmetic blackout areas, make it look more sporty, but this is not a sport model, so don't get me wrong. RS standing for Rally Sport. Was a performance trim for Chevrolet for quite a long time, but really the last RS performance Chevy made was the 2014 Camaro RS. Now the RS trim is normally just a cosmetic trim rather than a performance trim, which I find disappointing, but that's the decision that General Motors made. Let me know what you think about the exterior styling on this Malibu. As we move in closer, we are color matched on the side view mirror with some flat black, color matched on the front and the rear door handle. We have a right side fuel filler cap, up top color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof. All right, rear end of the Malibu, we have that deck lid spoiler in white kicking up off the back, that blacked out Chevy bow tie in the middle, Malibu in black on the left, RS in red on the right, functional dual exhaust down below with some flat black on the rear bumper area. It's a good looking rear end on the Malibu. All right, we're under the hood of this 2023 Malibu RS, and what do we have for a power plant? We have a 1.5 liter turbocharged inline four-cylinder engine mated to a CVT transmission. 160 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 27 in the city, 35 on the highway, 30 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior of this 2023 Malibu RS, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this vehicle cost? Well, the RS trim is the second one up from the base out of all the Malibu trims. So, therefore, the price is a bit lower. There's less action going on the interior. So what we basically have here is a total MSRP of $27,095. And that includes no options from the base. So we have the base price of $26,000. We add in destination and delivery of $1,095, and we have $27,095. So no options. Everything I'm going to show you is standard equipment in the RS trim. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Now, the RS trim is supposedly the Rally Sport trim. With that being said, I think I might like to see some aluminum finish on these pedals just to give it a little bit more action down below. We have the Chevrolet all-season mats, seats, power seats with lumbar for the driver, manual assist for the front passenger, jet black cloth interior, pretty plain, a little bit of a design on the insert. Headrests are fairly soft, but it is all cloth here in the RS. Door panel action, pretty plain Jane. We have hard touch plastic above the chrome door handle, and then that cloth material towards the back. So that insert and upcoming towards the back of the door, that's all cloth with hard black plastic in front of it. We do have some brushed aluminum trim rather than the piano gloss black around the switchgear and flat black on the switchgear, so I like that touch. But overall, again, the Malibu hasn't been redesigned in quite a while. But overall, it's pretty monochromatic, but it does have some style with the difference in fabrics and feel on the door panel. So I like that action. We get over here, we have soft touch up here, some brushed aluminum that runs around in between both heat and air vents, which I like. We have cloth here, hard black plastic all the way down after that with a nice large glove box. Now, as we move over to the infotainment system, we have GM, 8-inch, no nav. Nav will come through your phone, but we do have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth your phone, OnStar in here, and all that other stuff. So they do give you a good amount of stuff in here, and the thing I like the best about it is a beautifully clear backup camera with trajectory. GM has some of the best backup cameras in the business, and this one is no different. But it's a nice, easy, usable system, and it is a touch screen, so you can move around in it and hit your home button, hit your music, hit your phone, whatever you would like to do here in this Malibu. So nice and easy. And you know, nowadays, most people probably use nav through their phone anyway. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Down below, here's your hard controls for your music and your volume. Here is the engine auto stop start on off. I don't like that. I don't know anybody that does. Four-way hazards. We don't have climate control in here. You have standard heat and air controls. Down further, as you can see way down there, we have what looks to be an aux jack, a USB-C, it looks like a USB-A, and a 12-volt, or it could be an HDMI. Then we have some storage there. We have our traction control off around the corner. Here is the gear shift with the red stitching. I'd like to see some other red stitching in this car besides on the Gator with the RS badge sitting in the middle. So I like what they did here to go through the CVT. 2 cup holders with more of that nice brushed aluminum trim. Keep away the fingerprints. Chevy key fob lock, unlock, remote start, pop the trunk, panic button, Chevy bow tie in the back, nice weight, little area for storage here, center armrest, soft touch material, semi-soft, open it up, and you have a nice area for storage. Chevy steering wheel, nice leather wrap steering wheel, nice stitching, Chevy bow tie in the middle, flat black on the switchgear, cruise control, and safety suite controls on the left, on the right, telephone voice commands, and the pad to go through the digital portion of your dash. Would have liked to seen some action on the wheel, maybe a flat bottom with RS down here, give it some more flair. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. We don't have any paddles on the back of this steering wheel, but we do have our headlight controls and adaptive high beams right here. And then on this side, we have our windshield wiper controls. And then over here on the left, bright and dim the dash, turn on, adjust your headlights here. We do have a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then here we go with our dash. We have that analog digital combo, analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level and coolant temperature, and then a small 4-inch display in the center that can take you through other information that you may want to see as you go through the gauges. So it's a nice, easy one to read and go through. So I really can't complain about how they have this set up in a lower trim vehicle. All right, overhead console, not much to show you here. You have your SOS button in case you have an emergency on the road, your OnStar button. If you want the LED dome lighting to come on when you open and close the door, this button here needs to remain off. And then when that happens, open the door, your LED lighting comes on, you close the door, and your LED lighting will dim out. So LED in here, a nice touch for pretty much a lower level trim on the Malibu. And then we have our sun visor with vanity, no light. Does it slide back though? No, it does not, and there's no extension. So that's a bummer. All right, backseat time in this Malibu. I have this seat set for my driving position, so we'll just jump on in. And nice amount of room for my knees and my head and my shoulders at 5'11". We have the same cloth in the back, no plastic, but I don't have a seat pocket behind the driver. I do have one behind the front passenger. And then down here on the command center, that is not a command center, we have a 12-volt way down here. But no USB action in the back. So I'd like to see some connectivity back here. Door panel action, same exact door panel action as the front door. Here's your front door, and here's the back door. And so same use of materials, same use of colors. So it gives it some flair, even though it's all black. But what I really do like is, like I showed you, that brushed aluminum finish instead of the gloss black plastic around these door switches really lifts it up a little bit more than you would think when you're looking at it in person. And then when you go to the back seat, same cloth material, same insert design, but we don't have a center armrest. And I would like to see a center armrest in this car. So if you need cup holders here in the back, you got to go with the door panel down here. And it's a bit skinny, but you have one cup holder in this door panel. And then on the other side, you have a cup holder there, but they're pretty skinny. But with that being said, it's a nice, comfortable place to be in the back of this Malibu RS. Getting in the trunk of this Malibu RS, you can pop the trunk from the key fob, or you can come to the back right underneath that bow tie, hit the button, up it comes. No electric assist, but plenty of trunk space here in this Malibu. Here are the carpeted floor mats right here. And unfortunately, there's no action on the floor mats. I would have loved to see some RS action or something on here. And then as you open up this, you do have a spare, so thank you, Chevy, for that. But it is a nice large trunk in this vehicle. So if you want to take this away on vacation, you got plenty of room to stick bags in here. And if you want to drop those rear seats, you can do it right here with these pull levers. You just pull one on either side, then come around to each side of the car, grab the headrest, and drop the seat down. Come around to the other side, grab that headrest, drop the seat down. And now, if you do have larger items and nobody in the back of the car, you do have more room to put those larger items in. It's not flat, and it's a little bit skinnier than the trunk opening, but it does provide you some extra space, which I think is a good idea. All right, here is the window sticker for this 2023 Malibu RS. Take a little close-up, give you some action on the standard equipment in this vehicle. Feel free to pause and zoom in, see everything that's optioned. There's your total vehicle MSRP. Let's take her out for a spin. All right, we are on the road in this Malibu RS for 2023. And first of all, we have plenty of visibility at the front, out the side glass, and out the rear glass. What we don't have in here is blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert. That's out, so I don't like that. We do have lane keep assist and a couple other things. So I like the blind spot monitoring. I think there should be in every car, and I've said that before, but it's not in this one. Ride-wise, it's well damped, fairly smooth on the road. Don't have any issues with how it rides. Nice and smooth. Seats are fairly comfortable for base cloth seats, and it's a fairly easy car to drive. Steering, nice and responsive. A little bit light, not vague, but very little feedback coming through to your hands. But when you point the car where you want it to go, it goes. So you can't complain about that. So we have to kind of adjust expectations when we're looking at a Malibu RS. Because for guys of my age, 56, we remember the RS trim as a performance trim that Chevy would put on the Camaro, starting back in the 1960s. And it stayed that way up until the 2014 Camaro RS was the last real RS performance car that I believe Chevy's actually made. Since then, they've expanded this RS trim to so many different cars in their lineup, it's kind of nauseating. I think they've overdone it, just like I think Mercedes has overdone AMG, and BMW has overdone M, and Lexus has overdone F. Everybody seems to be want some kind of variant on every one of their models. Chevy's no different. But what they've really done with the RS is they have taken it down to an appearance trim. So we need to look at this not as a performance car, but as an appearance trim. And with that being said, let's take a look at that. We're not going to have a performance driveline. We're not going to have performance transmission. We have a 1.5 liter turbocharged inline 4 with a CVT. We have a economical driveline in this car, and the car gets good gas mileage. So that's a plus. The downside is you're not going to get much performance. But like we said, this is no longer a performance trim. But it is a appearance trim or a cosmetic trim. So I like what they've done with the outside. I like blacking out the badges. I like the wheel design and the color choices. I like the red RS badge on the back of the car. I think a red RS badge on the front grille would have been good as well. So I like how they've laid out the outside of this car for the RS. The problem is, on the appearance side, when you get inside the car, there's nothing in here that tells you you're in an RS. Nothing. And I'm like, what? Come on. Chevy really needs to bring the appearance game into the interior. I'm fine with the cloth seats. We're one up from the base level trim here in the RS. I'm fine with the cloth seats. I like that brushed aluminum around the trim to get rid of fingerprints and to give it a cooler look. I like that. But you got to give me some RS action. RS action on the steering wheel, red stitching, RS badge, you know, some red stitching on the doors. Give me something that lets me know I'm in a Malibu RS on the inside. And I think that's where they kind of fallen down with this trim. All right, so we'll come to a nice stop. We don't have paddles to use, so we're gonna just go see what happens. In 3, 2, 1. Turbos, you can really feel that turbo kick in. So you have that delay, and then boom, the turbo kicks in. And down the road we go. We're bouncing around a little bit in here. Coming up to the turn, we're gonna hit the brakes. We got body roll, sliding around with these all-season tires. So as you can see, it's not a performance trim car. And that's fine. I don't have any problem with that, because we're no longer looking at it. I'm disappointed that the RS is no longer a performance trim, but it is what it is at this point. This is the way Chevy has decided to go. So that's how we have to roll with it as consumers. We decide we want it or we don't want it. So that's pretty much my view on this RS. If you're looking for a mid-size sedan that gets good gas mileage, that's easy to drive, that's got plenty of room for you, your passengers, and good trunk space, then the Malibu is probably something to take a look at. Chevy hasn't done a redesign on this in years and years and years, so it's definitely old style. But I would tell Chevy that if you're going to bring this back in 2024, and you're going to use the RS trim, give me some action on the inside that tells me I'm in an RS. Doesn't have to be a lot of action. Cool stuff on the floor mats, some red stitching with an RS badge on the steering wheel, red stitching on the door panel, something that gives me that RS vibe inside, because you did a great job with the RS appearance, I believe, on the outside. But we're going to wrap that up here. I want to thank Ciocca Chevrolet of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Chevy Malibu RS for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.